Hey all, it's me, Levi, from Masculine Intuition Readings, and today I'm going to record a video for you about a really cool deck that I've had in my possession for a while. And I don't see a lot of people talk about this, and I don't see a lot of people using this, but it is really cool. Even though I personally must admit that I'm in a love-hate relationship with this deck. It's the Light Gray Art Lab, Cosmos, and Tarot, and Oracle deck. Now, when I first saw this, it was on Instagram. I think Benja from The Brave Hand showed it on his stories. And I was messaging back and forth with him, and he was like, yeah, it's a really cool deck. But there is one card in it, and I'm going to shuffle through the deck right now. Probably should have done that before I started recording. There's one card in this deck that makes it from being the coolest deck ever to maybe being one of the worst decks ever. And I was like, how bad can it be? Because this is a collaborative deck. This is a deck made with a shit ton of artists, and there's always hit or miss cards within collaborative decks. I'm not the biggest fan. I see people losing their shit over the 78 Tarot. Never really had that, can't relate. But something about this art really spoke to me, and then he showed me the card that ruined the whole deck for him. It's this. It's the Page of Earth. And this is freaking hideous. Like, whoever designed this, maybe we can see that. Oh yeah, Bill Repholz, you're not an artist. Stop. But all of the other cards are freaking awesome. And the cool thing about this deck is that it's basically two decks in one. One chunky tarot deck. Ooh, look at that nice gilding. And one smaller oracle deck, all related to the cosmos, the stars, the planets, the zodiac signs, all that kind of stuff. The deck is printed on pretty okay-ish cardstock. If you look at the price point, this goes for about $65, which is not cheap. The cardstock is pretty much the same as any mass market deck, so don't expect anything extra there. The gilding is the same as any mass market deck with gilding, but the one big difference with this deck and other decks is that there is some really cool gold foil stamping going on with it, with the illustrations right here. And you can't really see it right now. Maybe I should pick a better card, but you get the gist, right? Like, there's a lot of, yeah, you can really see it here. There's a lot of gold foil going on over there. And every card has this gold foil detailing. Now with the Oracle cards, it's a little bit more elaborate, but with the Tarot cards, it's the constellation that is highlighted in gold foil. So that's really pretty. Look at that. Wow. So yeah, it's a really pretty deck. The cardstock is extremely glossy, as you will see in the walkthrough later. I tried to keep my shit together, but things were starting to slide all over the place, and I re-recorded it twice, and at that point I basically gave up. So the gold foil imprints are really cool, but to that there's also a downside because the cardstock is, because of the fact the cardstock is not that thick, sometimes you will see the imprint come through on the back of the card, and that's not supposed to happen with a tarot deck. If this would have been slightly thicker, it would have been better. On the other hand, they suggest combining the two decks together for a reading, and it becomes a very thick and chunky deck as it is, so I get why they made that decision. Still, probably would have gone for a bigger, for a thicker cardstock. The guidebook is really good. There's a lot of great information in here and a shit ton of spreads. Probably one of the better guidebooks I've seen come with a deck lately. And then another thing that's part cool and part annoying is the box. It comes in this box. Looks cool, right? really big, like nice and hard. The quality is really good. But, oh yeah, and this is something that you should never do. I closed the box without any cards in it. So you're gonna be looking at a fast forward montage of me trying to get this box open. No, you're not. I'm going to cut right here. All right, the box is open. The cards are like this. So you have cards here and you have cards here. And then there's this little tray right here where you can fit the guidebook in. But as you'll probably know, deck boxes like this suck. Double deck boxes suck because the cards slide all over this. It doesn't work, so please stop making boxes like that. This would have been way cooler if it would have been in a really nice, thick clamshell box, honestly. So all in all, even with this gorgeous artwork that's on these cards, I mean, look at these cards, look at this artwork. Like, most of the artists in this deck are fucking brilliant. There are so many favorites of mine. Like, I can't even, normally I'd show a couple of favorites, but I can basically pull any random card from this deck. Like, and this is just from the tarot deck. Like, even the goofier ones are really cool. Look at this. It's kind of like vectorized Ursa Major, like freaking awesome. And I love the tie-ins with the like, and even cards that are not my favorite still look really cool, like this Empress card, and this gorgeous The World card with the Phoenix. Oh my god, this is so good. The artwork is great. Even the Oracle, mini Oracle deck that there is that has like the planets and the zodiac signs and stuff like that, the art is so effing cool. Like, I love this card. Like, there's really modern stuff. There's a really sexy Aries card or Uranus card too, like, which is one of my favorites in the whole deck, and I get this a lot when I use this deck in readings. Like, really good illustrations. So if you're into really cool modern graphic tarot decks, definitely get it. Do recognize that there are a couple of downsides. The high gloss may be annoying to some. I love glossy cards. Most people that I know absolutely loathe it. Then we also have the weird box that people might not like, and then there's the fact that the cardstock is pretty thin. It's good, but it's thin, and that sometimes the gold foil imprint will show on the back. Although I must say, I've been using this for a while now, and I can't really see it that much anymore, and I can't really have it show up on camera. I don't think the camera's gonna pick up. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Like, this is where a circle is. Can you see it? And that will be the exact same spot on the front. So that will happen sometimes, where you see a slight indentation on the back. So those are the downsides. Is this deck worth the money you pay for it? Honestly, if I had known all these things beforehand, I probably wouldn't have paid that much money for it. This would have been a really great deck without all the gold foil on it, and this could have been a great mass market deck. It kind of reminds me of, quality-wise, of the Osterrad Tarot by Schiffer Red Feather. Kind of that. So, but the art is amazing, and I know that Light Gray Art Labs has another tarot deck out that is a lot cheaper, and I think it uses the same, not the same art as on here, because this is very Cosmos themed, but I think it uses a lot of the same artists. So, and that's only $25. So you could also check that out, but I don't have that yet. This is a great addition to my collection, and since I decided to put it in a velvet bag and just store the box someplace else, I've been using it a lot more. The guidebook is great. And also there's really cool, I don't know if you can see it, but there's really cool keywords. It's not focusing, is it? Well, there's keywords at the bottom of each card, and they're really interesting. Like, some of them are quite traditional, some of them are a little bit like more out there, which I actually love. So let's cut to the chase. Let's view that walkthrough.